What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure 1994 here, and today is Sunday, August 20th, 2023, and today is a pretty sad day for our family. Today is the second anniversary of my maternal grandmother's passing. She passed away on Friday, August 20th, 2021 at 6:30 at night in a hospital in the Bronx. I'm going to go over the whole story of how it happened. And it's starting off with my dad's birthday, August 8th, through the funeral. So, we got to the hospital on August 8th one day during my dad's birthday in 2021. And we saw her, and she wasn't really doing much. Her eyes were closed. She was like not talking or responding or anything. And it was getting to a point where she was not doing much anymore. Like, it felt like time was really running out for her. Like, she was getting really sick, and she looked pretty much done. It looked like it was all over for her. The way she wasn't responding anymore, not waking up anymore. And then my parents kept going back there like almost every single night in the last 2 weeks. And then August 20th came around. It was like 6:30 at night, and she passed away in the hospital in the Bronx. She passed away at 6:30 at night on August 20th. My parents went to the hospital at like 5 o'clock at night, and she passed away an hour later. I remember that we were in danger of getting hit with a hurricane when she passed away. It was called Hurricane Henri. We had the hurricane warning and the emergency alert system go off at like 5 in the afternoon, because that's when the hurricane warning was put out for Long Island. It was expected to make landfall in Long Island, the east end of Long Island, and Rhode Island. It was supposed to impact eastern Long Island and southern New England, but the impacts were still widespread from this thing. Its primary area for damage was eastern Long Island and Rhode Island. It was supposed to make landfall on Long Island. And this was going to be our first landfalling hurricane for the first time since Hurricane Gloria that would make a direct landfall on Long Island. On Long Island. We were going to have a landfalling hurricane. And that Saturday, we were getting our clothes and we were trying to prepare for the hurricane, and then Sunday comes around and we had heavy rainfall from the hurricane, but there was like a less chance for the high winds that came through our area. Surprisingly, the storm like pushed it further east. Like, it only passed east of Montauk, and it most likely made landfall in Rhode Island. Like, it went over Block Island and made landfall over there. But it missed us completely. We like totally dodged the bullet from Henri. Long Island like totally dodged the bullet, but we still had heavy rainfall from the thing. And we had like this light breeze from the storm. It made landfall as a tropical storm. It was expected to make landfall as a hurricane, but it weakened to a high-end tropical storm. Almost a hurricane. And the damage that was expected was going to be just as bad as Hurricane Isaias. So it made landfall in Rhode Island, and it passed just east of Montauk as a tropical storm. So the thing wasn't really bad for us. We only had heavy rain, that was it. And most likely just 30-mile-an-hour winds. So that Monday, And Tuesday, we were bringing everything, we were like trying to fix everything in the yard, like putting it all back, and then Tuesday, we were getting ready for the wake and the funeral. Wednesday and that Thursday were hard, the 25th and 26th. We went to Queens for the wake, and we were saying our goodbyes. We were like there for 4 hours. The family was there and everything. It was really tough that night. And then we went to an Italian restaurant shortly afterwards. And then we got up at 7 in the morning the next day, and we went off to the funeral. And it was a really sad day that day, saying goodbye to both of my maternal grandparents, knowing they're no longer with us. It was a really tough day. But the funeral was cut short due to the fact that it was really hot out. Once Hurricane Henri hit us, we got like this huge heat wave that went over the city and Long Island. We're lucky we didn't lose power, because we would have been dying in that. I know we would have had AC, but it still would have been ridiculously hot. I mean, I know we have a generator in an AC, but it was still pretty bad for the people that lost power from that hurricane, that miniature hurricane. It looked nothing like the impact Sandy did, but that hurricane was still powerful, no matter how small it was. And then Friday we didn't really do anything. But then Saturday we finally got some rainfall, which was a good thing. But there was more disaster come our way. We had the remnants of Hurricane Ida, and on Sunday, August 29th, Hurricane Ida made its impacts on Louisiana, causing major damage to that area. And it worked its way up in the U.S., and it crossed over us, delivering us heavy rainfall and a lot of flooding. And this flooding killed a lot of people, and a lot of people lost power from this thing. Hurricane Ida's remnants were so deadly that there was a lot of flooding. And there were some thunderstorms too. And we had a tornado warning for like a half hour. And we had like winds of 40 miles an hour. We actually lost power for like 2 hours from a lightning strike on our transformer. That PSE&G had to bypass it like 2 hours later. And then the power was fixed at like 3 a.m. We like lost power at 1 in the morning, and we didn't get the power back until 3 a.m. during the storm. It was like pitch black in my neighborhood. And my brothers started their new school year on September 2nd, 2021. We were in that 40-day period, which is a tradition. And we were actually supposed to go to Disney during the week of the funeral, but we postponed it like 2 weeks in advance because my grandmother wasn't doing well, and it's not respectful to go to Disney when she's not doing well. So we postponed all the way into September. We actually did take the risk of going during the 40-day thing, but we didn't want to go while she was sick in the hospital. So we went to Disney on September 22nd and then came back on the 29th. And that was actually the end of the 40-day thing, the day we came home. And then I went to the last Mets home game on the 30th against the Miami Marlins. And we went to the 40-day thing on October 2nd back at the cemetery. And it was basically the end of that hard time for us. Thanksgiving and Christmas were challenging for us. Even Easter and Little Christmas. Like any holiday we went through that whole year, it was tough for us. So yeah, it was a really hard time for our family, and it's really sad that both of my maternal grandparents are gone, but they're still with us. We all still miss them, but we gotta know that they'll always be there for us. So yeah, it's the second anniversary of my maternal grandmother's passing, and today was a pretty hard day for us, for the whole family. So I guess that's it.